Okay, who cares? Who cares? We're doing it. All right. Welcome to the Mirror Movement. Hey, Brando. Okay, so Brandon asked me, what are these Tesla talks? You want some blueberry cheesecake, Brando? Okay, great. And I said, you know what? That wouldn't be the point. Basically, we talk about relational issues. And you know what? I found out that most men do not retain a lot. Selective listening, hearing, whatever you want to call it, is real. And he basically said before we came on, don't talk about any relationship things. Okay, well then you don't retain shit, Brando. And that's all right because he's a great friend who's ready to learn. Sponge type form. Okay.
That's me.
Okay, Brandon. This is how we're going to do it. It's just a conversation. Don't overthink shit. And anyway, let's talk about... The mic makes things look so real. I don't know. Feels so real. Okay. I want you to get serious with me, all right?
Yep.
All right. I want you to talk about the first time you had a crush. All right? I want to know if it was a character, if it was something, a character on TV, a cartoon, an anime, if it was something you were seeing in the comics on every Saturday morning. Or maybe it was a babysitter. Maybe it was a local girl that said, hey, you want to go get ice cream? Who was it? Who do you think was your first crush?
Xena, the warrior princess.
Really? Wow. Me too. That's so strange. Wow. Twin souls.
That
Twin souls.
Callie from Saved by the Bell.
Wow. You said Callie?
Kelly.
Kelly. Okay, Kelly. I was like, all right. Wow. Okay. Well, very basic white boy archetypes. But guess what? Guess what? I love that because I loved it too. Why? The first one is very much lesbian. So he just likes a very maternal, assertive woman. You know what I mean? Is he the type of man that sees a very striking lesbian and goes, I'm going to be friends with her for 20 years and someday maybe being loyal and her friend will make her want to be with me? No, I don't think he's that type. What'd he say?
I figured if I kept watching, I might have a chance.
Are you serious? No, seriously, when did you start watching that? How old were you when you started watching that?
I was probably 10.
You gotta speak up.
I was probably 10.
Get some, something behind your voice, a bass in your
I
voice.
was probably 10 when I watched that.
Yeah, you get serious with it too. They can't, by the way, they can't see what I can see, which is me looking you in the eye.
Yeah.
They don't get it. I know.
They will. They keep watching. It'll go crooked one of these times.
So anyway, this is Brando. Let's give some context here because not everybody in the mirror movement is aware and watch 24/7 like us. Anyway, I call Brando when he makes mistakes, like post something 2 seconds later and say, "Why the fuck did you do that? Why? Anyway, let's get real. He's Mikey's friend, best friend. We adopted him. So is that a friendship at this point? I don't know. That's up to opinion. And I think Brando thinks they're friends, and that's all that matters, right, Brando?
Yeah.
I'm joking. They are friends.
At least I think we are. I hope.
No, they are. That's so fucked up. Let's not be like that. Brando. Anyway. Crazy thing is, do you want to hear about the mirror movement? You want to hear some Matrix ass mother bullshit? Yeah, I got a personal person bleeping this out right now. Isn't that crazy? I know. Isn't that crazy? They're bleeping everything. Thank you.
Very professional.
I know. What is wrong with people? I know. It's cool. They have the whole AI thing too, so you can't read our lips. I know. Anyway, so listen. I know his sister, and I know that's crazy, right? Because I didn't even know. I just thought we were adopting Mikey's best friend, right? But no. One day, we're just ridiculing each other. We're laughing together on a live, and his sister messaged me, "Yo, Brandon's my brother." This is the thing about that statement. It was a very blanket statement, right? It wasn't like there was no punctuation, right? No punctuation needed either. I think she just wanted to make it known, and at that point, positive or negative, neutral. Neutral. Brandon's my brother. It could go many different ways. I want you to say it how you think your sister would say it, not through text, but in person.
What do you mean?
Like, would she be like, Brandon Walker is my brother? Or would she be like, Brandon Walker is my brother? Or would she be like, Brandon Walker is my brother? What do you think she would do?
Brandon Walker is my brother.
You don't think it would have a negative connotation on it? Affectation on it? You think when she messaged me specifically and said, Brandon Walker is my brother, that she was just saying it neutrally? Or do you think she was saying...
In between.
Brandon Walker...
Like, that's my brother. Like,
is my brother. My brother. Yeah?
What she said.
It's crazy because this is the thing. At that moment, all I could see was her face. Then the eye issue wasn't an issue because she also has eye issues. Anyway, love it.
There's no eye issue.
So I met... He is faking it. But I met his sister Ashley in Pottsville Rehab. Oh my God. Oh yeah, she was there when I wrote Dopelessly in Love. Yes, she was. She was a part of that. Isn't that wild? I know why. Many different reasons. Because the Ashley character in the book doesn't have a last name because it's two different Ashleys. One of them, twin theory, is your sister. Did you know that?
No.
I know. Crazy, because she read Dopelessly in Love, the original manuscript that I wrote in front of her chapter by chapter. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. How did he and I, like the movie Crash, yes, if you know pop culture, did we bump into each other?
You want to tell them how we met?
And his sister was inspiration as I wrote Dopelessly in Love in 2024 in state prison. And met Kyle Miller and can tell you herself, that man and I were not involved. What do you think? Crazy coincidence?
It's crazy.
I know. What did you want to say? How we met?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I went to go hang out with my friend Veronica, who I also met there. And before I met Mikey, I gave him a ride, and he got in the front, and I scared the living shit out of him. Yeah. He went back, and he told Mikey, who'd never met me before, Never again. She didn't touch the wheel once. Yes. Anyway, that's some context.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The world is so small. If I was a different kind of person, I'd be like, yo, is this a setup? Are you setting me up? Are you setting me up? How can you be so connected? What are you doing walking into my life and bumping into me like that? I don't know you. You know me?
Meant to be.
Mother wound. I know.
I need a family, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Don't tell Ashley that. No, good? Don't tell Ashley that. Anyway, let's get to the real issues. Right. Which is...
Yeah,
what about first... Oh, my God. Tell me about your first real crush in grade school. I know you didn't go to school that long.
Oh, I don't know the names.
You know what I mean? Tell me about what she looked like. You don't even know names.
Long dog.
Were you in the first grade? Was it kindergarten? Was it preschool? Did you see pigtails? Was it the braces? Were you in the 4th grade and she said, wow, I really like the color of your eyes? What was it? Did she push you over and say, get out of my way, idiot? And you're like, wow, I like that.
No, I actually stole her lunch.
Oh, you stole her lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. You stole her lunch. How old were you?
I was in 3rd grade.
You were in 3rd grade. You were in 3rd grade?
Yeah.
Is it working?
Don't start.
Did I mute it?
No.
Hello?
No, the speaker's on. There's no X going through it. You're good. Don't.
Okay. So, tell me about it.
I had sticky hands back then.
Okay, and you were in what grade?
3rd or 4th?
3rd or 4th grade, so you were 8, 9?
Yeah.
Now, this is the age I talk about. If you didn't know that, they say, statistically speaking, the average human being conceptualizes what death is, or understands, right? Okay. So, tell me what happened. You don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name. I
But
don't exactly.
You've been going to school with her for a while, since you were little, or you just saw her?
We actually just started going to school together in Butler County. I don't know.
Butler County girl. Okay. And so you saw her in the lunch, or you saw her lunch?
No,
What happened?
we had
Tell me
class,
about it.
We had classes together.
You
She
had
had
class together?
Long, dark brown hair.
Oh, long, dark brown hair. How long?
Long, down to the butt.
Curly, straight,
Straight.
and it was just, was she white, Asian,
White.
Italian, white, fair skin? Right? What color eyes? You remember that? No. Big eyes.
Me,
Yeah. Okay. Freckles?
no.
No? Was she dressed in
Just casual.
casually? Casually. Do you remember the season?
You're talking to me.
Was it the beginning? Was it the beginning of the year? You just started going to school,
Yeah.
so it was the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So probably like fall,
Yeah.
right? Did you have friends? Do you remember having friends back then in your school?
No, I was
You just
alone.
moved there. You were
Yeah,
alone.
I was alone.
And so, who did you normally eat lunch with? Nobody.
Nobody.
Okay. So you saw her, and you saw her lunch. Was it in?
No, I didn't know it was her lunch.
Oh, okay.
I found out it was her lunch.
Okay, so what happened? You
that
saw
was
the
a
lunch.
coincidence itself.
What
right
was it in
there.
a lunch pail?
No, it was pink lunchbox.
It was in a lunchbox. And what was the lunchbox?
Some kind of princess.
Oh,
type
yeah?
thing.
And what drew you to it? What made you want
It
to
was a
take
newer
that?
lunchbox.
It was a newer
So I
lunchbox.
figured new lunchbox, better treats.
Okay,
Better
got
snacks.
you, got you. All right, so you took it, and what was in it?
Oh, I can't remember that.
It was good though.
It was worth it.
It was worth
I got
it.
her attention.
It was worth it. So who? How did she find out? How did you find out it was hers? How did it all unravel?
Because her lunch was missing when she went to go get her lunch.
And so everybody was like, "Who took it?" And it came out it was you.
I admitted to doing it. 'cause
Oh,
I
you
felt
admitted
bad.
to it.
I felt bad.
Oh, an honest thief. Okay, because you didn't know it was hers. So what happened? She
Guilt got me, and I said I
and
did
you
it.
said and she was mad.
I went to the teacher and told her I did it. To be honest, I can't remember what happened after that. I just
Yeah.
know that she knew I took it.
Aw.
But I got her attention
You got her attention. How do you know that?
because she started talking.
Oh, she started talking to you. Oh, savior complex.
Didn't lead to nothing, but she started
Didn't
talking.
lead to
She
nothing.
noticed me.
Oh, I love that. You think she thought it was attention seeking, that you just wanted her attention, even though you
We're
didn't know
young.
it was hers.
We were young. She didn't know.
Oh, that's cute. Look at that. Do you find yourself reliving that kind of dynamic, right? Where,
Attention? Like attention?
kind of like seeing an attractive woman or someone that you're attracted to. Doesn't even have to be an attractive woman, just any woman you date. And the savior complex goes both ways, right? So when you see them, do you want to Like, is it often when you're going to you've been in and out of the system? So when you're in a decline or when you're stabilizing, right? When things start to go a little negative, right? When you're just negative in your mind, right? Things happen organically in life, right? Job goes bad or whatever, some tension, stress, right? And you start to spiral inside, but everything's stable, right? That's recovery and everything in life. Do you tend to find women who are also mirroring you and spiraling and try to fix yourself to fix them and end up not being able to and so spiraling together? Does that seem to be a dynamic that you try to escape and it goes many different ways when you end up in those situations?
Actually, no.
No.
I'm always going for the good girls.
Good girls.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it. Because she was a good girl, right? She came from, well, it looked like she came from one,
She
right?
had a nice lunchbox.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about girls that are like in the criminal system. I'm talking about girls that maybe lack of self-confidence. Not bad girls, but insecure
through my
girls
relationships,
that are looking for you to save them by loving them or appreciating them. That is the whole point of compatibility. Biologically, we're animals, and a man and a woman are supposed to come together and procreate and create a family unit. So that's what I mean when I say that, right? I say things specifically to you because that's your life. But imagine just a woman, yes, a good girl. What's good to you is bad to somebody else, right? But mentally, she's struggling because you're both single, right? That's what I mean, relationally, right? And you trying to fixate yourself, get your job better, trying to do better, right? Somehow it just goes out of control because you can't maintain together, and that's compatibility. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whether one falls off or you fall off, I'm not talking about going to prison, right? I'm talking about how do you find compatibility with a woman who isn't going to mirror your instability at times, right? And that is the point. So I'm not talking about prison. I'm not talking about good or bad. That's what I mean. It's not about being right or wrong, but correct yourself, right? So compatibility is as simple as we understand each other. We see past flaws. Radical acceptance means I accept you. I don't agree with everything you do. I don't agree with your behavior. And this is a part about creating boundaries. And this is relational dynamics, right? You immediately go, no, I date good girls, but that's not what I was talking about, right? At your age, at 36 years old, if you're dating a woman in the right bracket of age, they're also single and they also have baggage, you understand? So whatever they're going to show you or present to you isn't going to be fully what's going on inside, as you know, right? The point is, how do you find compatibility where you being a truthful man, just like that first situation, right? Where you have to say it, right? Yeah, it was me, right? The point is, when are you going to find a compatibility where the woman is also going to say, yeah, it was me? You understand what I mean? You shouldn't be willing to take all the accountability and weight for relational issues simply because you haven't been able to maintain a relationship. You understand that? And that's what the whole point of what I mean by relational dynamics. You look at that first relational dynamic when you were a child, which isn't relational. You're a child. You just had a crush, and that's the point. How do you keep reliving those cycles? That's the savior complex. No, you're not saving her, and she's not saving you. The point is, you took it because you were hungry, you wanted good food, you knew that was going to have good food in it. You had good food, but once you saw her, you know she didn't have it. You had a crush on her, and that made you feel bad. But if it was a boy who bullied you, you probably wouldn't have cared. You understand? And so what do you do? Yes, you probably would have admitted it anyway if they had caught you, right? But that's just not how it probably would have gone, right? So that's why you went, and that's why she started talking to you, because not everybody is going to admit that they took it, right? Because number one, you're admitting that you were hungry. Number two, you were admitting you took a little girl's, right? And that's the point. What other people would see as malice and make fun of you, she saw, oh man, he was hungry, right? And that's kindness, and that's radical acceptance, and that's what you look for in relational dynamics. But when is it truly genuine and reciprocated? You understand? That is the point. Now you get where I was going? That is conversational inception. That is planting a seed and a belief because you didn't understand where I was going. That is a Tesla talk. You understand? Great. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Amazing! How do you feel?
Good.
Awesome. Now why don't you tell me what you think about that? People like to hear you talk too. What? You understand what I was saying? Do you think you relive those dynamics in different relationships where you are giving and taking too much from the
I want to
opposite?
save people. I want to fix people.
Yeah, you want to fix people.
I don't do it on purpose, but I don't like being alone.
Do you think you look for maternal women?
No,
Women
not
who are
really.
motherly?
No, I don't look like...
No,
if
I
I'm
mean
attracted to
caretaking
them-
women. Women that want to take care of you, cook, clean,
No,
right?
because I
When you're
haven't found
sick,
one
take
of
care of you.
those.
No, but is that something that you look for? Even if it doesn't happen. Right?
If I'm being truthful, no. I'm
No?
looking for looks.
You're a caretaker.
And
What
I
I
wanna take care of
recognize
the person,
is that
like-
you like to caretake, right? When you are in relationships, the girl hits you up, asks you to help with being sick and stuff like that, and I understand that because, like you said, you want to fix people. The savior complex is real, especially when it's genuine.
it's not even that because I need fixed. Like,
Yes, but that's the whole
So-
point of a true mirroring savior complex, is that if I want to save you, you should be wanting to save me in that same respect, and that's emotionally. Do you understand? A lot of people don't understand that romance doesn't start at romance, it starts at friendship. And that's why I talk about mirroring versus mimicry, because mimicry is very different. How many women or hookups in hookup culture, you understand that, have you thought that you were mirroring in the beginning? Quick I love yous, quick sex, quick hookups, right? Even if you didn't care if you were hooking up with people, even if you were honest and they were honest.
so that's the
Right?
thing.
This is the point. How many of them, right, at a certain point did it just feel like it wasn't reciprocated? It wasn't mirrored. Like it was fake, right? Kind of like being with friends, kind of like mean girl culture growing up, right? When men will be your friends, but they really just want to fuck your girlfriend, right? That kind of thing. People are stuck in this hookup culture where they don't really know if people are genuine. So at what point do you know in a relationship or in a talking phase where you know it's genuine, or do you really not know at this point?
In my experience, you don't know.
You
You
don't.
don't.
You don't know if it's genuine.
I don't think anybody knows.
You don't think anyone
It's
knows.
Russian roulette.
Okay, so this is the thing. If you're a caretaker, right? What separates a woman from just wanting to be taken care of than really loving you and reciprocating? Do you understand what I mean? You are used to being a caretaker in the limited relational dynamics you've had. You understand? You like to be a caretaker. That's what you're used to, but you want to be fixed emotionally as well by caretaking and reciprocation. The point is, the way you find someone who is compatible is someone who will mirror you, right? Mirror. And that means if you caretake, they are willing to caretake. That means you don't go all in, right?
That's the thing about
You
me,
buy
when I'm in a
$5, right?
relationship.
You meet them, you think they're pretty, buy them a $5 coffee, right? Make a phone call, throw a text, hope that they reciprocate. Don't give too much. You ever seen Hitch? He says go 90%, let her go 10, right? Or go 10, go 90%, she goes 10. And that's the point. You don't want to give too much where she thinks you're a simp. You understand that?
I do now.
Yes, you do.
Just went
And
through
the
it.
point is, you don't need a woman to completely take care of you. You're a man who can take care of things,
Well,
and you
that's-
want to take care of
I
a
don't
woman.
want-
But the point is, you need a woman who will reciprocate in areas, not just caretaking. Caretaking is a variance, right? If someone's going to cook for you, great. But if you're at work and you're working overtime and she can't see you, maybe she'll show up for 5 minutes and bring you a coffee and a hot dog. Do you understand? That's very different, and that costs $5. And guess what? You work different shifts. That's the point. That's something small. It doesn't take a lot of time, and she just got off anyway. That's the point, because it doesn't matter if she doesn't have the time or the money or the resources to drive to you and take care of you and cook for you and things like that. Reciprocation and mirroring isn't, oh, I've got $10,000 for this trip. What the fuck you got? Right? It's, hey, I'm going to pay for the flights and this and that. Can you just make sure you pack everything, and can you pay for meals, and we'll just split costs that way. And that's how I look at mirroring. And the rule of 33 is that if there's 10 areas that I look for in a relationship, I should hope that you can match me in a lot of those areas, right? If I'm over here in this area, but I'm lacking in these, I hope you can compensate. And that's the point of compatibility and relationships, right? If they're not willing to caretake, well, they should put into different areas that you need. You have needs too. So they got to match different areas if they're not willing to do those things.
I get
You
that.
understand?
I get that, but I don't think of none of that. When
Of course
I
not,
don't.
but that's why it never works out. It's basic attraction. And that's not just what somebody looks like, it's how somebody talks, it's how somebody treats you, it's how somebody shows they're attracted to you, right? Compliments you, makes you feel seen, right? And that's a lot different. But who's genuine when they do that? How many women have told you about all the men that have not been genuine? Right? Women are the same, though. You have to understand that if women are saying that to you, how do you know they're genuine? Because they learned that behavior for many years. You understand? You can see it in your own family unit. And what I tell you is, I'm not saying that women you date aren't genuine. I'm saying, yes, they're just as broken as you are. Right? They may not know how relationships work either. And then why would you want someone like that? I'm not saying why would they want to mirror someone like that. You should want to learn. You should want someone motivated. And if that's someone who's motivated, who's willing to make changes, not someone who's holding on to baggage of other relationships, but someone who's willing to be a team. A modern family is real. And if you're willing to be transparent and the other person's willing to be transparent, it's about matching in different areas and making a good balance where you lack, where you do well, where they lack and they do well. You understand? That's the point. If someone has all the money in the world, if you had all the money in the world, it doesn't make her a gold digger, right? But let her do things that she's supposed to do. That's the basic analogy, right? But that's so basic, and that's not how things are, because most of us don't have the money or the resources to compete like that, right? I call it silent competition because, like you said, I don't really think about those things. But those are what matter. That's why things haven't worked out. That's why things feel like the same cycle happening over and over. You understand?
Yeah.
The whole point is, there's no malice behind what is happening. The girls you date have no malice in the way they react to you, and vice versa, right? We joke satirically about those things, but the truth is a lot of people are traumatized. And when they have children, you not having children and being very aware of that and being an empathetic man, they're not used to that. And I think you understand that. That being said, you're 36. You have plenty of time to make children, start a family. Your biological clock isn't ticking. And you have time to find compatibility. And that's the point, right? The world is imperfect. We are imperfect beings. You never have to be defensive, because the point is, no, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, right? But then why can't we find relationships that fit like, puzzle pieces? No, they don't fit perfectly, but why can't we make them? Right? The whole point is you're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about what would fit. You're not thinking about the things you look for in a female. You're just looking for someone who will accept you. And that is the rule of 33, and that makes sense because you find a good-looking one and people say, well, she must be evil. Right? And that's the point. Because she has too much weight and they say you can do better. You understand? That's the whole point. We can say things Mean Girls style, or we can say them with meaning so you understand where they're coming from. Right? Why? You can keep dating people for 2 weeks in hookup culture and not understand why 3 months later they are engaged with somebody else and have 3 kids on the way. Right? It's a joke. Right? But the whole point is, it's because maybe they find in themselves that they're ready for something serious, but they don't want to do all the fixing, right? And sometimes you just not being aware is the issue, right? It doesn't mean they're more healed than you are. But if they're more aware of the issues, that's what's wrong, right? Women are always going to have more intuition and understand why you won't be compatible with them. But some of them aren't going to be genuine in why they stick around because they're not thinking about the right head. Right? That being said, you are a perfectly capable man. And you can do whatever you want. I joke with you, but the point of the mother wound is that you love and respect your mother. That you know her choices, you know what she did. You don't understand all of them, but it's not your place to understand them because you wouldn't exist otherwise, would you? And that's the point. It's hard for you to look at your mother and see any wrong, even though things don't go completely right, because your existence depended on that. And how can that be a mistake? Right? And that's the point. Not everybody who is institutionalized and been through what you've been through has that radical acceptance for their mother. You understand that? Because not only do you have radical acceptance with your mother, you agree with her, you love her, and you would do anything for her.
Absolutely.
And that is the defining variable. That is the mother wound, because not every man is like that. You understand? I think you know that. How many men do you meet? Hold a cigarette. How many men do you meet that blame their mother for their issues? Of all different ages, of all different archetypes across your life.
Not many.
You don't
to be
meet
honest, not
men you don't even like. Boys.
To be honest, we don't talk about it. We don't.
Okay.
To be honest,
You don't think so?
I maybe
I mean, you
2
say you
or
don't.
3 out of my whole life maybe
Okay.
talked about their mothers.
When you were locked up, you didn't hear men talking about their mothers, saying it's my mom's
No,
fault.
because then
It's different?
they want an image. They want to be. They don't want to be known as.
True.
You know. If you hate your mother, there's something.
You're not
wrong
very
with you.
observant. You don't pay attention to other people because you
I
care
don't,
about
because-
you care about people. I get it.
Well, in
But this-
prison, you don't.
I mean, in general, not prison, in general. But the point is, that's why you're finding hard time finding compatibility with not just women, but in
It's-
general.
Look, I'm not doing it right.
What? You're
You
not doing
told
that.
me the
It's
other
not
day.
about- it's not
no,
about
you
doing
told
it
me
right.
the other day, or last week, just quit chasing them.
Yes.
Sit back, be friends.
Yes.
I'm not doing that.
Try
I'm
to
jumping
find-
from
try
one
to
relationship
find
to
your
another
place.
to another instead of just sitting it out for a
Yes.
few
Get
months.
comfortable with yourself, right?
And I'm not letting them come find me.
I want you to do
going-
some fixing within yourself, right? Find some happiness within yourself. Try to find a home, a sense of home, a feeling of home before trying to make one with a woman. You understand? Home is not a place, it's a feeling. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a group of people. It can be a workplace. It can just be a fleeting feeling when you feel comfortable, right? And at that point, when you feel comfortable, And it's not every day. That's what people don't understand. When you can feel comfortable, where you know in situations where you've gone to jail that have pushed you to your limit and you've gotten into fights or something, where you think of those moments and they make you walk away, right? Because they've happened 3 times that week. You understand? That's the point, right? That's home to me. It's not a place, it's not a romance, it's not a family unit per se, but it's feelings where things make sense. I say make it make sense, right? Don't overthink shit, because when things flow organically, I know you hear me say that a lot. I like when it's organic, when things just flow organically and things happen and things aren't coincidental so much but connected. And it's because I like things to make sense, right? We read the Bible growing up, or even if we don't, we hear about it over and over, right? Our older family members, our grandmother, whatever it is, right? We hear everyone talk about it, especially in the prison system. And I think what everybody fails to understand is that even if we try not to think about it, we seem to keep reliving the very narratives in the Bible. You understand? I doubt you remember it. Did you ever read the Bible? No. But you've heard people talk about various things.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Is it stranger than fiction? Because is it truth? Is it just like Dopelessly in Love, my book? If the world went to shit and it was post-apocalyptic and there were no books and somebody found Dopelessly in Love, would they think that was the religion of the world, like the Bible? Do you understand? So, but to have that kind of influence on people, religion, where everything is based off morality that came from that very text, where we don't even know if it's fiction, if it's a guideline, if it's a moral guide to teach us lessons, and it's not even truth, it's metaphor and fictionalized, right? Why do we base everything we do off that? You understand? I think you represent what people don't see a lot, which is radical acceptance in the biblical form, where you don't hurt women, but if you see someone hurt someone or a woman, you will defend. And those fleeting moments of happiness, those fleeting moments of home, just a moment or two a week, or possibly more stable every day, could be the defining variable that makes you stop when religion can't do that for most people. You understand? Where it couldn't do it for you many years ago in any cell, no matter how many times people said, hey, there's a bottle right there. Right? And that's the point. Savior Complex isn't about the Bible. It's not romantic. Radical acceptance is as simple as you understanding why you're a protector, understanding why women shouldn't be hurt, understanding it doesn't matter what a woman's been through. Men take advantage of them. You understand? Whether you watched it happen to your mother, your sisters, whether you were little, whether you watched it happen your whole life, whether you watched it happen on the TV, whether Xena, the warrior, inspired you with her fictional narratives, right? You saw something and it inspired you in a way where it made you a protector. But did it teach you who deserves to be protected? Did it teach you boundaries? Because it's not based on a moral foundation that comes from the Bible. It's based off you learning. That's lived experience, right? Who deserves to be protected?
Everyone.
And it doesn't matter to you, right?
It does.
You don't have a guide like the Bible that says this person's bad because they did this.
I don't look
this
at it like that.
Exactly.
If
exactly.
I see,
That's the
I
point.
don't even have to know you.
So
if
what
I see,
stops you from having children with a woman that isn't going to be a mother and isn't going to want a family unit? Because that would tear you apart, right? How would you know if she's truly genuine?
You don't until you get to know her.
Exactly. But are you waiting for that?
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I don't.
God forbid a child pops up, right? In any kind of hookup culture situation. How would you react to sharing a child with another man? Because there's other children involved with other fathers. You need to understand your own history. Oh. Well, maybe do it this way. Alright. Well, we're back at it. Alright. I don't know where we left off. Alright. So, my
Just
God.
leaving right off where we left off.
It don't matter.
What is this book two?
He said he doesn't really think about these things. And that's the issue. He said, I understand what you're saying because that's the issue. How do I find compatibility? Why is it so hard to find someone when people are just as broken as I am and I don't even know what works? I get it, right? I had issues, as you all know. He doesn't know that because it's just seemed so perfect since he met me, hasn't it? No, it's not. He's seen some really fucked up shit too. That's what I'm saying. He came over once. He's like, has he seen you not made up? I said, yes, he's seen me as a naked mole rat before. It's okay. That's the point. He's not a judgmental person. It took me the longest time to talk about, look at me serious. Stop it. You know what I mean? But let's lighten the mood. Are you hungry?
We ate all the cheesecake.
What? I ate all the cheesecake. Well, you know what? You weren't eating it.
Because I knew it was yours. I wasn't trying to.
He saw the setup. He said, wow, you're really doing it. For me. We really doing it. I have food. So. I think I put it in this fridge back here. I'm not sure about this fridge. I don't know if I want to, I don't even know how I would get it out of here, honestly. But this corner, I could do amazing things with this corner. I could do amazing things with this little corner.
What?
If I took
Don't
this
you have
out.
a salon
What?
to build? Don't you have a salon?
You ever gonna build it for me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's get on here. Oh no, you could do it on here. Oh my God, let's do it. Let me get it.
Where are we gonna put it though?
Here in this out.
Oh my God, we're building a salon.
You gotta build it first before you put it on the wall.
Oh, it goes on the wall?
Yeah, it goes in my room. So I go to get ready for the bathroom. There's a little bathroom, syrup.
We're building a
Oh, I
salon.
broke 2 of my nails. Wow, that's your fault. No. Mirror move it shut. Oh, you
Yeah.
found those. Oh. They're mine. Oh. Oh. Damn, my cheese is cracked. I'll live off cheese and crack.
Cheese is good.
On this episode of Don't Overthink Shit, Brando's gonna make a vanity.
We're gonna try.
You know what you're doing. Brando! I love these things.
So what are we on a different subject now or the same subject?
No, we do everything. I got live, reality TV show.
Reality TV.
No,
Like Big Brother?
Sure. Like the Truman Show. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Why is that? I come out here, I'm always doing it.
I don't know what else are you doing.
That's the mystery of coming to this house. What is next to Billy?
My bad.
There's a pool table.
The pool table wasn't even hard.
No, it wasn't. That was all Mikey, actually. I couldn't screw the fucking screws in right. So what is this? A vanity. What's a vanity? What's a vanity?
Oh, makeup. Thing.
Makeup.
On the wall.
Goes up on the wall. It's been here since the pool table. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, Mikey hasn't built it. So is my bed. There's no that either. And I got a bunch of other shit coming.
You hold that so don't fall
No.
over.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Wait, so she could pick up her cheese, not wait to hold the box.
I'm holding the box. Yeah. Haha. Multitask. Oh, I bet my nail. Wow. Ah! I broke it. That's not it. Shit happens. Let me check my messages. Oh, this is what we should have done. Oh, I'm gonna do. Look at that. No.
Well, I gotta work too tomorrow, you know. That's a nice thing.
What? Hairstyling station.
Oh my god.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Get
got good
started.
directions.
I don't know.
It's no worse than the bookcase.
Yeah, that was fun.
What? You did that?
Yeah, but we're doing it. Something.
Don't overthink shit, Ryan.
I'm not. I gotta get the tool set. I gotta get the handy dandy tool set.
Oh my god, is it after 12? Happy 86th birthday to my father. May he rest in paradise forever.
You know where the other tool was? The drill,
Here?
bedroom?
Here. I love these things.
It sucks. You buy these, and your hair comes off.
It's because
Your
we
hair
fucked
comes
it up.
off.
We accidentally put it down.
Yeah, but you literally go out and spend money on air conditioning. Your hair actually starts.
We needed fans anyway. It saves on
did.
cost because we have to pay electric. I want to make this a cat corner, like a quick shelves so she can climb up and then need like a little acrobat cat corner. Yeah. I gotta put stuff in it though. I got so much place. Yeah, we're building this live. It's part of the year limit. Oh, you want food? I took the cheese. They're my cheese and crackers. Oh, Rando, I'm gonna order you some food.